Hello, I'm RJ Dent, and I want to talk to you today about this book. I don't know if the light's shining on the front so you can see it, but it's the Poems and Fragments of Alcaeus, which I translated from ancient Greek into English. And I'd like to sort of say something about this book today, really. What it is that I'll tell you something about Alcaeus first of all. He was a contemporary of Sappho's. Lived in Lesbos in the city of Mytilene, and they were friends, Alcaeus and Sappho, and poetic rivals as well. So they would go to festivals, they would do performances, but they were in competition with each other a lot of the time. And what's happened over the years is that Sappho has become the known, renowned poet, and Alcaeus' work has sort of drifted into obscurity, really. Not many people know of him or about him, even though he is as good a poet as Sappho, and wrote about the same amount as well. And interestingly, scholars are divided on, sometimes when they come to look at the fragments of poetry from that area, they very often can't decide whether the piece has been written by Sappho or Alcaeus, which suggests that Alcaeus is as good a poet as Sappho, and therefore his work needs to be available. And when I heard about him, I tried to get hold of a copy of his work, and there was nothing available. So what I did was I looked at the old photos of the old manuscripts, sort of attempts by the Loeb Classical Library to translate him quite literally into English. And then what I did was I translated them into poetry. So what you have here is a collection of poems and fragments. At the moment, all that's available. Hopefully more will become available. So I've translated this into English just to make his work accessible to those who are interested in ancient Greek poetry. Because what we have here is a poet who's incredibly worth reading, who shouldn't be allowed to slip into obscurity. So in a way, for me, I'm trying to rehabilitate Alcaeus or Alcaeus, depending on how you want to say it. So now this is my latest book, and it is now available. So if you are interested in ancient Greek poetry, please give it a try.